Brothers, you must follow the companions. You must follow them. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, وَالسَّابِقُونَ الْأَوَّلُونَ مِنَ الْمُهَاجِرِينَ وَالْأَنصَارِ. Muhajir and Ansar are the companions from Mecca and Medina. Those who came from Mecca to Medina, those in Medina will help the ones who came from Mecca. So pay attention, look at the ayah. Allah said, وَالسَّابِقُونَ الْأَوَّلُونَ. The best, the top of the list is the Sahaba. وَالَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوهُمْ بِإِحْسَانٍ. And then those who follow the companions. Allah said, رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ. Allah is pleased with them and they are pleased with Allah. And then after Allah said, وَأَدَّ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي تَحْتَ الْأَنْهَارُ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا أَبَدًا. Allah is going to give these people Jannah. So pay attention. Allah mentioned He's going to be happy with people, pleased with them, and He's going to give them Al-Jannah. And then Allah told us that there's only two groups of people who He's going to give Jannah to, without mentioning a third. Allah only is going to give Al-Jannah to two groups of people. Allah is not going to give Al-Jannah to a third. Anyone who's not part of these two will go to the hellfire. The first group is the companions. Are you a companion? Are you companions? Am I a companion? Are our families companions? Have you ever met a companion? So you have no hope of making it to Jannah by being one of the companions. So that means if you're not from this category, you need to be from what? The other category, if you want to make it to Al-Jannah. The other category is, Allah said, وَالَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوهُمْ بِإِحْسَانٍ. The ones who follow the companions. If you don't follow the companions, and you follow your sheikh, or you follow your culture, or you follow your desire, or you follow your logic and your intellect, or you say, what, I follow this group, and I'm a Barelvi, and I follow this group, I'm HT, I follow my Amir, I follow my, what do they call it? Murshid, or whatever the hell they call their leader. I have to follow him. My mushrif, that's it. I have to follow my mushrif. You know, you got someone else that you place above Allah and His Messenger, above the companions? My brothers, you will not make it to Al-Jannah. And the proof of this, the Prophet said in another hadith, سَتَفْتَرِقُ أُمَّتِي عَلَى 73 فِرْقَةٍ. My ummah will divide into 73 groups and sects. كُلَّهَا فِي النَّارِ. All of them are going to go to the hellfire. إِلَّا وَاحِدَ, except for one. When the Prophet asked, when the Sahaba asked, Man hiya ya Rasulullah? Who are the ones that are going to be saved from the hellfire? 72 are going to make it into hell. One is only going to be saved. Who is the one that's going to be saved? The Prophet said, Man kana ala mithli ma ana alay wa ashabi. The one who follows what I'm upon and what my companions are upon. And by the way, this is what it means to be one who follows the Salaf. Salaf means Sahaba. You will say, what's the proof? If you open up any book in the Arabic language, dictionary-wise, and you look up the word Salaf, it will say Salaf means Sabiq. Sabiq is the one who comes before you. You will say Sabiq. Where did you get this word from? Did Allah not just say in this ayah, سَابِقُونَ الْأَوَّلُونَ مِنَ الْمُهَاجِرِينَ وَالْأَنصَارِ, that the top of the list, the best who came before us, is the companions, then the ones who follow them. That's where we got it from. Got it from the ayah. And the Salaf themselves used to use the term Salaf. In fact, even the Prophet used the word Salaf when he described himself to his daughter Fatima radiallahu anha. So you have to be one who follows the path of the Salaf. One who follows the path of the Salaf is one who follows the Sahaba. Follow them in terms of your aqidah, your creed, in terms of your actions, your ibadat, and in terms of your adhkar, your statements, what you say in your tongue. So, brothers, in essence, if you want to make it to Al-Jannah, you have to be a Salafi. You don't have to call yourself Salafi. Some people don't like to call yourself Salafi. No problem. Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, Ahl Hadith, Firqatul Najah, Ta'ifatul Mansura, they all mean the same thing. Salafi all means the same thing. You don't have to call yourself Salafi, like you have to be a Salafi. Does that make sense? So leave off any group and any sect and any ideology, anyone who calls to themselves, and follow these men. Because following them is following Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum. I have a question for you. From all of my videos online that you might have seen, which one has been the most life-changing one for you so far? Many people told me that it was the video when we gave da'wah outside the Shisha Cafe. And I'll leave you with this. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, a time will come when holding on to my religion
holding on to Islam will become as difficult as holding on to charcoal. The charcoals that we smoke shisha with. The Prophet said, try and hold on to it. It burns you, let go of it. The Prophet ﷺ said, that's what my religion will become like. Is it not like that today? Or perhaps you're from those who said it was that lecture that everyone was asking about, the one I did on the issue of death. Send me back. Please send me back. I'll pray this time. I'll dump that girl this time. I won't play around with the girls no more. No more cigarettes, no more weed, no more watching things online, no more talking to the guys, no more music, no more disrespecting my parents. I will pray. Allah, please send me back. Tell these angels, hold me down for a second. Send me back. Just 2 minutes. Send me back. Oh, let me die with my head on the ground in sajda. Let me die. But Allah said, no. Not be able to return. They will scream, Rabbi irji'uni. Send me back my master, please. Or maybe it was one of the other 1,000 plus videos that we have online. Whatever it was, I want to ask you a follow-up question. And that is, I want you to remember and recall what life was like before you saw that video, when you were distant from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, when you're thinking of that and remembering that, I want you to be aware that there are many brothers and sisters who are still living life like that, far and distant from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They still haven't seen that one video that's going to help change their life. They haven't seen that one reminder that's going to touch them and bring them out from the darkness of sin to the brightness and the light and the happiness of guidance. But that doesn't mean that there isn't hope for them. They just need to come in contact with that kind of content online. And that's why myself and my team are dedicating the next 3 months, inshallah ta'ala, to flooding the internet with as much content on Tawheed and Sunnah and reminders about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as possible. But the issue is that in order for us to reach those targets, we're limited in terms of the resources that we have. We need to hire more people in our media team. We need to also buy new equipment. Now look, I am going to ask you to support this financially, but I'm not going to ask you for crazy numbers. For us, we don't need that kind of money. We need little money because we have a team that really believes in this. And the proof is in the pudding. If you see what we've done over the last summer, subhanAllah, you can see that the work that gets done, that money goes where it deserves to be placed. So I'm going to ask you, inshallah ta'ala, because you're a person who's benefited from this YouTube channel, you're a person who's benefited from my video. I want you to be able to give the gift of that video that helped change your life to someone else by donating at the link below. And remember, the Prophet ﷺ said, none of you will truly believe until you love for your brother, by extension your sister, what you love for yourself, and what you love here for them is what guidance, the way you love it for yourself. So please, inshallah ta'ala, give it the link below and let's flood the internet with La ilaha illallah.